Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with why I think Bryce Harper should be traded at this MLB trading deadline. The MLB trading deadline is on Tuesday. This video is taken the Friday before that, on July 27th. So, the Nationals, I am going to go on a rant about them in this video. But the Nationals should really consider trading Bryce Harper, in my opinion, for several reasons. One reason is because I don't think he's re-signing. I just don't think Bryce Harper will re-sign with the Washington Nationals. And I know, some people are going to disagree with me with that. But if you look at the Nationals, I mean, what the hell have they done in the past 6 seasons ever since he's really been there, when they started making playoffs? Here, I even have the transcript right here of what the hell they did in the playoffs. Let me read it to you. 2012, the first season in Nationals history, they made the playoffs. They lost 3-2 to the Cardinals in the divisional round. Okay, I mean, I don't think anybody was really they weren't I'm thinking of the word. They weren't pissed about it. People knew that this team was coming. Next year, and one little note, after that season, Davey Johnson, the Nationals manager, retired. So 2013, they went 86-76. That's not good enough to make the playoffs. They did not make the playoffs with the first year on the Matt Williams tenure as Nationals manager. 2014, they made the playoffs. Lost 3-1 in the divisional round, 3-1. To the San Francisco Giants, who later on went on to win the World Series. So at that point, you're thinking damn, this Nats team gotta get it together. I mean, their window, they only have a certain amount of time for their window. Next year, they did not even come close to making the playoffs. They went 83-79. Matt Williams was fired after that season. And everybody around DC and everywhere was damn, this Nationals team is really disappointing. With Bryce Harper, Ryan Zimmerman, Steven Strasburg. I mean, this team is really disappointing. They actually have legit players that could contend for a World Series. And then they go ahead and sign Max Scherzer. So, top pitcher in the market. So, they lured Max Scherzer in 7 years, $210 million. They went on to make the playoffs that year. Went 95-67 and ended up losing again in the divisional round, 3-2 to the LA Dodgers. Pretty disappointing year. And also Dusty Baker was the manager for the Nationals at this point. The following year, they improved their regular season record by 2 games, and they lost 3-2 to the Cubs in the divisional round. And then Dusty Baker was fired. And you want to know what my response to that is? I disagree with the firing, but damn it, the Nationals have been disappointing this decade. This team has Gio Gonzalez. They had Jordan Zimmerman before he went to the Detroit Tigers. They brought in Max Scherzer. They have Steven Strasburg. They have hitting wise, they have Anthony Rendon, Bryce Harper, Ryan Zimmerman. They have I think at one point they had Norris Span. They have Matt Reeders as their catcher right now. They have a lot of talent on the Nationals, and for them not to get it done at all is ridiculous. For them not to even make a freaking NLCS, National League Championship Series, is absurd. I think Bryce Harper is out of DC after this year. I think the Nats should really trade him and get as much back as you can from him. Because, damn it, they need it. Because they need to. Because the Nationals are 51-51, 500. The Braves and the Phillies, with the Phillies in first place and then the Braves behind them, are above the Nationals, and they're in playoff spots. The Nationals are not in playoff spots. Let me tell you some teams that are better than the Nationals right now. And the NL, just in the NL, In the NL Central, you have the St. Louis Cardinals, the Chicago Cubs, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Not in any order, just teams that are better. And Milwaukee. So 4 teams that are better. And the NL West, every team except the San Diego Padres is better than the Nationals. The Nationals have been a damn disappointment this year. I like Dave Martinez, the manager, but damn it, it's disappointing. The Nationals window has closed. I think Bryce Harper is out the door after this year. And now I'm going to show you every team that I think has a chance of signing him. 11 teams. That is about a third of the league. Let's start with number 1, the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers have a chance of signing him. I think they have the greatest shot of signing him, in my opinion. I think if they keep Manny Machado, which they traded for a few weeks ago, and Bryce Harper, I think the Dodgers, that will put him over the top, re-sign Clayton Kershaw, because he's probably going to opt out of his deal. I think that will put him over the top, keep your main core, and they'll beat the Astros in the World Series. Number 2, the Cubs. He's good friends with Chris Bryant. They're both played on the same high school team in Las Vegas. If Bryce Harper goes to the Cubs, I think that puts them over the top. Number 3, the Phillies. I think the Phillies are pretty close to being World Series contenders. I think Bryce Harper would definitely put them in the conversation for World Series contenders. Number 4, the Braves. I think that the Braves are a way ahead schedule. I think if they get Bryce Harper, I think special things could happen in Atlanta. Now, the 3 teams in the middle are kind of my wild card teams. So number 5 is the Nationals. They can still re-sign him. I don't know. If I'm Bryce Harper, I wouldn't want to re-sign with a team that can't get over the hump. But I don't know. So maybe he will re-sign with the Nationals. Number 6 is San Francisco Giants. I think that the Giants, even though I think there is a bunch of veterans on that team, I think they're past their prime and the window is closed. Maybe Bryce Harper doesn't think that, but who knows? Number 7. I think number 7 is the Yankees. I think that the Yankees, I have to give them a shot. I think they will have to trade one of the big pieces like Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton to make that move for Bryce Harper. So I highly don't see it, but I think that I have to give them a shot. Number 8 is the Arizona Diamondbacks. I kind of came up with the Arizona Diamondbacks by myself for 2 reasons. One, he's Las Vegas native. He's a Las Vegas native. Phoenix ain't too far from Las Vegas. As a matter of fact, I've done the drive before to Las Vegas to Phoenix before. It's 4 hours. It's not far at all. And the Diamondbacks have shown they're willing to spend the money. They went out and got Zach Greinke 2 off seasons ago. So what makes me not believe they'll go out and spend money on Bryce Harper, who's going to be worth over $300 million. So that's why the Diamondbacks are at 8. Now, in the middle, I have 3 wild card teams. The Red Sox, because you have to give the Red Sox a chance on every big free agent, in my opinion. I don't think they need Bryce Harper as much, but I mean, if they get Bryce Harper in that outfield, holy shit, the Red Sox are winning the World Series, people. Holy shit. And then the next team, the Angels. The Angels have shown they're willing to go out and spend money. And also, Los Angeles ain't too far from Las Vegas. I've done that drive before, too. It's Las Vegas to Los Angeles. So, I mean, the Angels are a team that I think, if the price is right, I think if he's willing to take on the $300 million, I think the Angels will go out and get him. I just think that the Angels with Mike Scioscia, Mike Trout, and Bryce Harper in the same outfield, I think could be very interesting, and they could contend for the World Series. And then the last team, the San Diego Padres. The only reason I put them down is because they're close to LA. I really give the Padres maybe a 1% shot out of all these teams. But the one thing about the Padres is that They proved to me, even though their GM is very aggressive, in my opinion, too aggressive at times, they're willing to go out and spend money, the Padres. They signed Eric Hosmer to a 7 year, $147 million deal last year. So, what makes me not think maybe they spend a lot of money on Bryce Harper. And it's not that far from Las Vegas. So, it is a possibility. It's just that Bryce Harper, in my opinion, will have to wait 2 to 3 years for them to even start contending for World Series. So, those are the 11 teams I give a chance for the Bryce Harper to sign with. So, if you're the Nationals, if you don't think you have a chance to re-sign him, trade him to one of these other 10 teams. Just do it. I mean, see, get as much back as you can. The Nationals have already said they're trading some of their relievers, like the guy they just got in May, Kevin Herrera from the Worlds. I'm thinking about trading him. So, what do you think about Bryce Harper possibly getting traded? I think the Nationals should trade him. So, that's my view about the whole thing. So, that's basically all I have. Thanks for watching this video, and this is McD the Beast signing off.